Now, I referenced this book called The 4-8 Principle. I'm going to read an excerpt from it before I talk about how to develop a winner's attitude. So let's go to this. I'm going to go to page 179. I'm going to go here real quick, and I'm going to grab a couple nuggets from this book, and then we're going to turn it over to you. So it said the nature of gratitude. And so as I talked about having an attitude of gratitude, this is going to be key as you move forward. The nature of gratitude, it said gratitude is a feeling. It is a sense of joy and appreciation in response to receiving a gift, whether that is a concrete object or an abstract gesture. Abstract is something that you cannot feel with your tangible hands. It's something that goes on that you can't see with your eyes, all right? Abstract. And so gratitude is a capacity. It is the learned skill of uncovering and creating meaning and value in everyday situations and in relationships. So are you appreciative of the relationships that you have? Gratitude is a choice. Remember, I just told you about how attitude is a choice. Well, gratitude is a choice. Gratitude is a choice. It is a conscious and deliberate decision to focus on life's blessings or barakas rather than its shortcomings. Are you the person that's focusing on the shortcomings of life? Your disabilities, your disadvantages, why things are not going your way? Or are you focusing on all the things that you have working in your favor? Is this a question? It said life will always have shortcomings and it always will have virtues. When you focus on your blessings, your life feels abundant. When you focus on what's missing, life feels incomplete. As you know by now, where you point the spotlight is a purely a matter of choice. So remember, we talked about it's a choice on how you view life. You view it as a winner, you view it as a complainer, you view it as a loser. It's all up to you. It's another thing that the author pointed out here. He says, does your gratitude stand out? Does your gratitude stand out above the crowd right now? So even if we was able to ask the people in your top 5, do they know you as a person that's very appreciative? You know what? One thing that I hate is when I help someone out, I give to someone, I do a good deed to some person, and guess what? The person don't even acknowledge it. They don't even say thanks. They don't even say good looking now. Thank you for doing that. Now, we don't do things to people so that they can applaud us. We don't do things to individuals so that they can clap for us and do a standing ovation. But as a man that has feelings, you have went out of your way to give someone money. You have went across town to help someone. You have went out of your way to buy someone food and take them out to a dinner, a meal. And at the end of it, they don't even say thanks. They just go about their way like you were supposed to do it. Does your gratitude stand out? Or does the people look at you as a person that's ungrateful? This is what the author said. Remember, by giving more gratitude, you get to keep more joy. When you give out more gratitude, you become a more joyful person yourself. I'm just saying. So this applies in business and in your personal life. Listen, I want to help. I want all of you all on here to be very successful in business and in life as a whole. So you have to embrace gratitude. When you're dealing with people that can help, who the Most High can use to change your life, the course of your life. Individuals are waiting to see if you're going to be thankful for helping. So I like that. I'm a type of person, if you take me out and buy me a drink, if you buy me something to eat, by the end of the conversation, I'm telling you, thank you so much for that. I might tell you 2 or 3 times. If you do anything to help me out, I want to come back and tell you how much I appreciate it. You sending me a referral in business. You told someone about my company. You told someone about me. I want to thank you for that. If you talk on a spiritual level, I want to be able to thank you because I have an attitude of gratitude. So let's continue routine gratitude because it's a few different types of gratitude. And it's one called routine gratitude. Routine gratitude is the standard gratitude. It's ordinary, reactive, and often superficial. This includes saying thank you after receiving a gift or a helpful gesture. When someone lets you in, as if you're emerging into traffic, you think to yourself or wave a thank you to other driver. So that can be looked at as a routine gratitude, just doing nice gestures to individuals, which are good. All right. But then you have the next stage, which is called exceptional gratitude. Exceptional gratitude is that this is intentional, proactive, and extraordinary. It is consistent with the 4A principle. It is without a doubt the exception to the rule of routine gratitude. Anyone can be appreciative of something obvious and observable, but it takes a joy-filled person to perceive the mustard seed of potential in a thorny situation or without a difficult individual. All right, I'm going to read this last verse and I'm going to turn it over. It said exceptional gratitude refers to the act to acts of thankfulness unprompted by someone else's tragedy, pain, or misfortune. Exceptional gratitude doesn't require something to be missing before it is appreciated. So do you have an obvious gratitude? All right. Do you have that routine gratitude? Or is your attitude exceptional? Do you have that above average gratitude for life? Do you need to be prompted? Do someone have to bring something to your attention to tell them thank you? Do people have to remind you of things, or is it second nature? Is it a part of who you become? To tell individuals that you're thankful for all the things that they've done for you, to let individuals know that you appreciate their service and their contribution. So how do you develop a winner's attitude? One of the ways that you can develop a winner's attitude, you want to write these down, is just a few quick nuggets, all right? We talked about it, a winner's attitude. One of the ways you develop a winner's attitude is to invest and read positive and inspirational books on a daily basis. Right here on the front of this book right here is a smiley face. And so the author of this book knew that when you show someone a smile, it's going to put a smile on their face. If I just look at this thing long enough, I'm about to start smiling. All right? So do you have a winner's attitude? When people see your face, are they thinking about a smile? It's something that we all have to think about. I think about that. Listen, because I'm a serious person by nature. When it comes down to like spiritual matters, and yes, some people know me to laugh and make jokes and things of that nature. But in the book of Ecclesiastes, it said the righteous man scarcely smiles. I don't do a whole lot of smiling, but guess what? I do smile. I can think about my daughter smile. I can think about things that are funny because a merry heart does good like medicine. So you can't be serious all the time. But maybe some of you all need to grab a sheet of paper and draw a smiley face on there and look at it every single morning before you go out the house and activate those muscles. I know Darren the Aspirer probably know exactly what those muscles are called, but activate those muscles that will cause joy and to spring forth in your body. So develop a winner's attitude by reading positive and inspirational books on a daily basis. Number 2, listening to audios and podcasts and spiritual development. It could be listening to the audio of the Bible. Now, I caution you about this, though. There are some things in the Bible that may not put you in a positive mood. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to children getting smashed to the ground and people getting killed and ravaged and people getting raped and torn and all kind of stuff, there's some things in the Bible that may not put a smile on your face. So I like to dive into the wisdom books. They keep me joyful all the time, because when you look at the Ecclesiastes, it says her ways are pleasantness and all her paths are peace. So wisdom, when you think about wisdom, you don't think about a lot of people getting killed and destruction and all that. You think about pleasant things with wisdom. So I recommend that you stay in the Torah of wisdom, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, and the Wisdom of Solomon. Those 4 books will enlighten you. Yes, there's some things in there that will have you sorrowful too when you think about the folly that's listed inside of there. So read positive books, listen to audios, turn your car into a drive time university. This is how you develop a winner's attitude right here, is when you're driving in your car. The amount of time that you're in your car within a year or 2 years can be equivalent to you earning a bachelor's or a master's degree in academia. So utilize that time to educate yourself. Utilize that time to motivate yourself. I have times where I might be feeling down, where I can listen to a motivational speaker that will boost me up. All right, yes, listen. You can say, well, you can listen to the Bible. Sometimes I still might be feeling a little bit down. I got the inspirational speakers who I can listen to. If you want some of those people, I can send them to you. That would help boost your morale when you're feeling down. There are times where I need a little inspiration, because motivation and inspiration, yes, they are related, but they are different in a sense. Sometimes you can be motivated, but that motivation might wear off. I listen to motivation when I'm about to go lift some weights and pump some iron. I got some people I can listen to that'll get me hyped, pumped up real quick. And then there are people who I listen to for inspiration. They will inspire me to manage my money right. They will inspire me to work on my speaking skills. They will inspire me to have a winner's attitude. All right, it's motivation and inspiration. Then you have people that will challenge you to save and invest your money. These are the people that I listen to on a continual basis. So if I'm going to listen to junk, if I want to know what's going on in the world or that's in my flesh, I've been trying to program myself. All right, and I still fall short, because sometimes it's just stuff just pop up on your phone and you click on it. Next thing you know, it could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you find you're still watching junk. But the plan is to get all the way until Friday evening. All right, some of you all, that might be your Sabbath, but to me, it starts on a Saturday morning, Sabbath morning. But Friday evening, waiting all the way to the end of the week to catch up on what's going on in the world. All right. Now, I know some of the current events we need to be knowing, keep it up to speed on a daily basis. But I'm talking about some of the stuff that may have to deal with sports and some of the things that my flesh may be involved in. Waiting until Friday evening or Sabbath or Saturday night to indulge in some of that type of stuff. But from Sunday, for the first day of the week to the 6th day of the week, making sure that I'm focused on developing a winner's attitude by reading positive material. All right, that positive material is right here behind me. All right, it's not just the Bible. It's books that's on business. It's on finances. It's on health and wellness. Yeah, Darren Inspire. I got some books on herbs. I got some books on foods. All right, so I'm trying to sharpen my mental all the way around. I got a book on Spanish. I got a book on Hebrew. I'm trying to personally develop myself to become a better person, so I can have a winner's attitude. So read positive books. Listen to the audios. Number 3, surround yourself around winners. What does it say in the book of Proverbs? He that walks with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. If you want to have a winner's attitude, surround yourself around winners. Winners in the areas of life that you are trying to win in. So now I just talked to an individual. Some of you all was on a virtual conference. This man has made tens of millions of dollars. I asked him to be a financial mentor to me, and he agreed to it. And so from that area of life, I have a person that's in a mentor there. Like some of you all talk about Wayne here, Mr. 1.4. When they come to business, I could talk to him about that. Spiritual mentors. All right, you can categorize the people that's going to help you to have a winner's attitude in the different areas of life that you are trying to win. So hang around winners, surround yourself around winners, associate with winners, and therefore you will be a wise winner. I like that, a wise winner. And the last nugget I want to share for today for developing a winner's attitude is to be thankful and grateful for what you already have. All right. My house right here, yes, I want a bigger home. All right. I want a bigger kitchen and all that. But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm very thankful that I have a home. I'm very thankful that I have a place to where we have running water. We have heat. We have what we need, air conditioning. We have what we need, all right? And so sometimes we get caught up into the wants of life that we don't appreciate the necessities that the Most High has already covered for us. And these things, when we have an attitude of gratitude, then we will have a winner's attitude.